Did you know that simply taking a shower at a certain time of day could be enough to take the life of someone over 70? It sounds like fiction, but this is a silent killer, lurking within what seems like an innocent part of our daily routine. What you're about to hear could save your life or the life of someone you love. In the next few minutes, I will reveal the most dangerous time for seniors to shower, and one simple change you can make immediately to prevent a tragedy. Last month, Albert Martin, 76, was the picture of a healthy senior. He lived alone in a small home on the outskirts of Asheville, North Carolina, walking around Lake Junaluska every morning. He never missed a medical checkup and took pride in his independence. That was until that fateful morning. His son, Mark, came by for his regular visit, only to find his father lying unconscious on the cold bathroom floor, the shower still running. Albert had showered at exactly what medical experts now identify as the deadly hour for older adults. A seemingly harmless decision that took away his future. The greatest tragedy? No one in the family knew that this everyday habit could be fatal. What happened to Albert could easily happen to anyone over the age of 70 if they're unaware of this terrifying truth. Are you or someone you love showering at the deadly hour? Don't wait. Don't. Join me now as we uncover the truth and arm ourselves with life-saving knowledge. Before we start exploring simple ways to stay healthy and well, I'd be truly grateful if you could take a moment to like this video. That small gesture helps more people, just like you, discover these gentle, useful tips. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. That way, whenever we share something new, you'll be the first to know, and we'd love to have you with us. The risky time window for showers research is pointing quite clearly to the early morning hours, specifically between 4 o'clock a.m. and 8 o'clock a.m., as a time when shower-related risks significantly increase for seniors, potentially by as much as 80% after age 70. Why these hours? Well, our bodies have their own natural rhythms. Medical researchers, like those at Harvard Medical School, have found that our blood pressure regulation can be quite unstable during this early morning window. Dr. Richard Thompson, a respected researcher in geriatric cardiovascular health, puts it this way: our blood pressure naturally dips while we sleep and then rises quite quickly upon waking, something called the morning surge. This rapid change makes the 4 o'clock a.m. to 8 o'clock a.m. timeframe particularly vulnerable for activities that put extra demands on our heart and circulation. And yes, that includes showering. Think about Doris Williams, a lovely 72-year-old retired teacher from Philadelphia. Doris always enjoyed her 6 o'clock a.m. shower to start her day. But one morning she felt suddenly dizzy in the shower, leading to a fall and a fractured hip. Her doctors later suggested that the timing of her shower, combined with that morning surge, was likely a major factor. What can we do? The most straightforward step is to consider shifting your shower time. Mid-morning, perhaps between 10 o'clock a.m. and noon, is often suggested as a time when our body's systems tend to be more stable. Maybe right after watching this, you could put a little sticky note on your bathroom mirror as a gentle reminder. It's a small change that could have a big impact. Tell me in the comments below, using the number 1, if you currently shower between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m., or number 2 if you shower at other times. No judgment, just sharing. 2. Body temperature regulation challenges. Have you ever felt a bit lightheaded during a hot shower, perhaps more so than you used to? There's a reason for that. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at regulating temperature. The American Journal of Geriatric Medicine highlights that after 70, this ability can decrease noticeably. Dr. Amanda Chen, who specializes in how temperature affects older bodies, explains that our core body temperature is naturally at its lowest in the early morning. When we step into a hot shower during this time, the sudden heat exposure can put a strain on our cardiovascular system because our body struggles to adapt quickly. Consider Albert Reynolds, an 83-year-old retired accountant. He experienced a serious cardiac event triggered by the temperature shock of his usual early morning hot shower. His cardiologist later explained how the combination of the timing and the hot water created a preventable, life-threatening situation. Albert, like many of us, simply hadn't considered it a risk. Immediate action steps to consider. Try lowering the water temperature just a bit, aiming for lukewarm around 95 to 100 degrees or 35-38 degrees, it can still feel very pleasant. And think about installing an anti-scald device. These are relatively inexpensive and can prevent sudden bursts of dangerously hot water. If you need help, perhaps a son, daughter, neighbor, or a local handyman could assist. It's a worthwhile safety measure. 3. Medication timing and shower safety. This is an important one many folks don't realize. Common blood pressure medications often reach their peak effectiveness in the early morning hours. If you take your medication right when you wake up and then hop into the shower shortly after, you could inadvertently create what cardiologists at the Mayo Clinic call a double drop effect. Dr. Michael Ramirez explains that the medication lowers your blood pressure, and the warm shower also tends to lower blood pressure naturally by widening blood vessels. This combined effect might reduce blood flow to the brain enough to cause dizziness or even fainting, and the shower is certainly not a safe place for that. Patricia Sullivan, a 76-year-old grandmother of 5, experienced this. She often felt dizzy in the morning, but never linked it to her medication until her doctor pointed out the connection between her lisinopril taken before her 7 o'clock a.m. shower. Once she adjusted her shower time to later in the morning, ensuring a few hours between her medication and her shower, the dizzy spells vanished. What to do? This is a perfect topic for your next doctor's visit. Discuss your medication schedule and your shower routine. Never shower within 2 hours, ideally 3, of taking blood pressure medication. Perhaps create a little chart for yourself as a visual reminder. It's a simple adjustment that could prevent a serious incident. 4. Hidden bathroom dangers, amplified by time of day. Our bathrooms, while familiar, can hold hidden risks, especially in low light. The National Institute on Aging notes that our ability to perceive things clearly in dim light can decrease significantly after 70. Dr. Sarah Johnson, a geriatric ophthalmologist, reminds us that things like contrast sensitivity, seeing edges clearly, diminish. So that puddle of water on a light-colored floor might be nearly invisible before sunrise. Add slippery surfaces, and the risk of a fall increases dramatically. Gregory Harrison, an 81-year-old retired postal worker, shared his tough experience. He didn't see water pooled on the floor during a pre-dawn shower, leading to a fall and a hip fracture that impacted his independence. If I had just waited until the sun was up, Gregory reflected, I would have seen it. Simple safety upgrades. Install motion-activated nightlights in the bathroom and the hallway leading to it. They provide light exactly when and where you need it. Use non-slip mats both inside and outside the tub or shower, preferably in bright, contrasting colors that stand out even in lower light. These small changes today can make a big difference tomorrow. 5. Morning dehydration and shower risk. Did you know we often wake up somewhat dehydrated? We lose fluids overnight through breathing and perspiration. Geriatric specialists at Johns Hopkins explain that this mild dehydration combined with standing in a warm shower, which can cause blood to pool slightly in the legs, can sometimes lead to orthostatic hypotension, that sudden dizzy feeling when blood pressure drops upon standing. Dr. William Parker, who studies hydration in seniors, emphasized that this effect is more pronounced in the morning when we're likely most dehydrated. Leonard Sullivan, 77, couldn't figure out why he often felt dizzy during his morning showers, but was fine later in the day. His geriatrician identified dehydration as the likely culprit. Once Leonard started drinking a glass of water before showering, the dizziness stopped. Such a simple fix, Leonard said. I wish I'd known sooner. A new non-negotiable ritual. Drink a full glass of water about 15 to 20 minutes before you shower, no matter the time of day. Keep a water bottle handy in the bathroom as a reminder. Let's do another quick check-in. Using the number 3, tell me if you already make a point to hydrate before showering. Or number 4, if this is a new tip you might try. Your insights are valuable. 6. Emergency response time factors. This is a sensitive point, but an important one to consider. If a fall does happen during those very early morning hours, say 5 o'clock a.m., how long might it take for someone to realize help is needed? Often household members are still asleep, and regular check-ins haven't started yet. Emergency medicine physicians like Dr. Emily Rodriguez talk about the golden hour after a serious fall. Getting help quickly is critical. Delays can worsen outcomes, especially if hypothermia sets in from being wet on a cold floor. Beatrice Harper, A 73-year-old widow experienced this firsthand. After a 5 o'clock a.m. shower fall, she wasn't found for nearly 4 hours. Her doctor believed the resulting severe hypothermia could have been avoided if the fall had happened later in the day when neighbors or family were more likely to check in. Beatrice now showers mid-morning and has arranged check-in calls. Steps for peace of mind. Consider installing a waterproof emergency call button within easy reach in the shower area. If showering early is unavoidable for some reason, arrange a regular check-in call with family or a neighbor shortly afterward. That little bit of planning can be life-saving. 7. Cognitive function and morning safety. Our brains also have peak performance times. Neurologists at Stanford University note that cognitive functions like reaction time, decision-making, and processing speed tend to be slowest between 4 o'clock a.m. and 8 o'clock a.m. for many older adults, sometimes slowed by up to 30% compared to midday. Dr. Jonathan Miller explains that this cognitive dip can make it harder to react quickly to things like a slippery spot or a sudden change in water temperature. Franklin Wilson, 79, was usually very sharp. But during one 6 o'clock a.m. shower, his brain didn't register quickly enough that the water had become scalding hot, resulting in burns. At noon, I'd have noticed instantly, he said later, but my brain just wasn't fully online yet. A safety strategy. Aiming for that 10 o'clock a.m. to 2 p.m. window for showering aligns with when most people's cognitive function is naturally higher. Using a simple shower timer with an alarm can also be helpful, reminding you not to linger too long, especially if you sometimes feel less alert. So my friends, we've covered quite a bit today. The key takeaway isn't to fear our daily routines, but to be informed and proactive. The science suggests that showering between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. carries specific risks for those of us over 70. But the good news is we now understand why, and we have clear, simple steps we can take. Adjusting shower time away from the early morning. Using lukewarm water and safety devices like anti-scald valves. Being mindful of medication timing. Improving bathroom lighting and using non-slip mats. Staying hydrated, especially before showering. Having an emergency plan in place. Showering when we feel most alert. These aren't burdens. They are empowering choices that help us maintain our safety and our precious independence. Was this information new or surprising to you? Perhaps it confirms something you suspected. Please share one thing you might change or check in your own routine after hearing this. Just use a keyword in the comments below, like time, water temp, lights, hydration, meds, or call button. Your experiences help us all learn. If you found value in our chat today, please give this video a like, share it with other seniors you care about, and subscribe to Elderly Stories and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future tips for healthy, happy aging. Thank you for spending this time with me. Remember, taking care of yourself is a sign of strength. Until next time, take good care, stay safe, and be well.